Welcome to Walk Like You Talk TV. I'm your host. Make sure that you like, share, and subscribe. So, what I want to speak about today, God has laid on my heart, and He spoke it to me clearly. And I may lose people, or I may gain people, or may just stay the same. Who knows? But what I want to talk about is some mistakes I've noticed I made. And it's to say that be careful when you hear one-liners about other people. And what I mean by that is edits or anything like that, where someone edited something about someone and they didn't give you the whole story. Be aware of half-truths, because a half-true could be something that was said or a person said, but if you don't have the whole story, the whole content, then it's still a lie. Because what happens is people will take things sometimes and twist it to, paint a narrative or to slander people generally. I say all that to say this, and I want to deal with some pastors and things like that some people would probably consider prosperity gospel or things like that. I've learned a big lesson. I've been learning a whole lot of lessons, but God just keeps revealing. And one of the lessons I learned is that I've heard a lot of people slander a lot of these preachers that they call prosperity. And it dawned on me a little bit because I listened to some messages from the same people that I hear about. And when I listen to their messages, the messages are very anointed to a fact where it was exactly what I needed to hear. It was that anointed. And I know that that's God. I know the difference between what God has given me to hear, and I know the difference between what the enemy wants me to hear. I know the difference. And I say that because, no two people are going to be alike in the gospel or whatever area you want to use. God may give this person a bigger piece of the pie, and God may give this other person a bigger piece of the pie, and this person may have a smaller piece of the pie, but yet he still has a piece of the pie. I hope that makes sense to you. I mean, we can use it in comparison to who the master that left, he gave the talents, he distributed talents out. And so he gave more talents to a certain person because he was pretty sure that person could handle that. And he gave less to another one who he felt that could handle that. Now, two of them did the right thing, even though one had more talents and the other one had less. And we know about the other one. I mean, he didn't do right by it at all. Okay. And that happens too. Okay. My point is that we can't get caught up with what people are doing. If their messages are anointed, if they're anointed by God and you see that, it is what it is. You accept that. You don't split division in the gospel. We got it rough enough right now where we're going through things and everyone's dividing everything, including the gospel, which doesn't make any sense. So I say all that to also say this. I've done that. I've spoken against different pastors and things like that because I seen the one-liners from other people who put messages out there. And you got to be careful, even with me doing YouTube and other people. And I'm not saying I'm doing it, but what I'm saying is you have to be careful, because oftentimes when you see things on YouTube and third-party people distributing information about other people, they always give the one-liner about that person. But if you don't go and see the before and the after, then you would take the message out of context and you end up falling for the con. Period. So I've done that. I've also have splitting ties between brothers and sisters with politics and things like that. Now, don't get me wrong. I stand where I stand in politics. You know, I do. But I don't need to be a hindrance or a stumbling block or, spread um, division between my brothers and sisters because what makes sense to me is obvious and it may not be that obvious to the other person. You see what I'm saying? But I've done that. I'm just calling it what it is. I'm calling myself out. And, don't get me wrong. Some people will, you know, uh, push you aside too because you believe different. And they shouldn't be doing that neither. But however, I don't blame them. I blame me because I know better. They might not know better. I know better. I know that I shouldn't be doing that. I know what it could cause. So I take the blame and responsibility for me, for my action, because I know better. So my point is, and what my point was, is that stop falling for these one-liners and stop falling for half-truths. Because if it's half-true, it's a lie. Period. It's a lie. It's that simple. So, we have to be careful. We have to be careful about who we speak about. We do. Because what if we're speaking against someone who is genuinely good for us and we don't even know it because we wanted to believe third-party sources because they talked about a person and made us think that this person is not of God. That happens. I see other preachers doing it against other preachers. And you guys notice the same thing. The other preachers will talk about other preachers. It was funny because I was like around someone last week and they were like talking against another preacher, talking about this one preacher who was talking about all these other preachers and talking about, he's calling them out and doing this and that. And I'm thinking like, okay, that guy you listening to, because I knew the guy she was talking about too. And I'm not mentioning names against anyone. I'm not here to do that. But the guy she was talking about, who was talking about all the other preachers, he still teaches on the law. He still gets people to, he's still like trying to get people to obey the law, which is something that we done away when Jesus died. And he knows better. But, my thing is that people will twist and turn and slander and use their own clever ways of deceiving and twisting narratives and for their benefit and to get the attention on them, to get more piece of the pie or whatever. I could be, let's say I'm wrong on that. Just for whatever reason. Let's just say their heart ain't right. Okay. We can even be more simplistic and just say that. Okay. And that they shouldn't be talking about others. Just do your gospel, handle yours, and just let it be. You don't have to talk about anyone. And that's really the fact, is that you don't have to talk about anyone. You can keep your mouth to yourself without putting somebody's name on your tongue. Really. That's really the real deal. So I just wanted to share that because I don't want you guys to get caught up like I did and other people. There's so many people getting caught up with speaking about other people that they won't even give them a chance to listen to them because they've been smeared and slandered by someone else, and it may be a great person that's been slandered, and you don't know because you won't give them the opportunity to listen to them. And they may have and what you're looking for may come from them. That's happened to me recently. And that's my point, or my points, plural. So thank you for listening. I hope this helps you. I hope this helps you on how to deal with things, on how to keep your mouth shut, keep your mouth shut on other people if you don't know the whole story, or to give people benefit of the doubt and to listen to them anyway and have your own, you draw your own conclusion and your own judgment about the situation once you hear it, not from someone else or anything like that. But make sure you always hear what was before and what was after the context, and then make your decision. Thank you guys. I love you. Have a great day. In Jesus' mighty name. Peace.